Welcome student. Today we are going to see the next growth hormone, that is the gibberellin. We have seen the first growth hormone, that is the auxin, which is the growth promoter. So gibberellin, it is also the growth promoter. Gibberellin is also the growth promoter. It is the growth promoter. So gibberellin, it is mainly present, that is in the developing seeds, and also it is mainly observed in the root tip, and also in the leaves also. Okay, so the gibberellin, these are mainly having the characteristic feature, that is they are the non-polar. Gibberellin, these are the non-polar. We have seen that is what is meant by the movement, polar movement. Polar movement we have seen in the auxins, that is the auxins, these are mainly synthesized at the apex, that is the shoot apex and the root apex. So here the movement of the auxin is the from the morphological apex to the base. If the movement is from morphological apex to the base, it is known as the polar movement. But here the movement is non-polar. Movement is non-polar, that is here in this type of the hormone, that is the gibberellin, this moves, that is non-polar, that is the movement is, it may be the base to the apex or from the site of synthesis to the other parts, that is everywhere. Okay, it may be move upward or it may be move the downward. Okay, so here the movement is the non-polar. So gibberellin, it is the growth hormone. It mainly synthesized in the seeds also, leaves also, and then they are mainly synthesized in the seedlings, that is the developing seeds म्हणू त्याला आपण. So here the gibberellin, which is synthesized, that is where it is synthesized, that is known as the site of synthesis, and here the movement is mainly the non-polar movement. Okay, so here the gibberellin, it was firstly isolated from the fungus, that is the Gibberella fusicora. It is isolated from fungus, that is Gibberella. Gibberella fusicori fungus. Gibberella fusicori, it is the fungus that is Gibberella Q-U-R-O-I. Gibberella fusicori. It is the fungus. It mainly infect on the rice plant. It mainly infect on the rice plant. So see, that is here the scientist who firstly discovered, that is observed the gibberellin, that is in the rice plant, that is he observed that in these plants, that is some plants which grows tremendously, that is the growth of the some plants, that is the rice plant, is increasing than that of the normal length. Okay, so see, that is here in the rice plant field, he observed that is the scientist, Japanese scientist Kurosawa, Gibberella scientist Kurosawa, who firstly discovered the gibberellin. That is the scientist, Japanese scientist Kurosawa, who observed that is in the rice field some plants which grows extremely, that is suppose here is the rice field and there are the normal plants, that is the height of the plant is normally like this in the rice field. But some plants which are shows the height like this, that is increasing the height, that is extreme height, intensive height. Okay, so here this intensive elongation of the stem is occur where there is the infection of the Gibberella fusicorae. म्हणजे ज्या प्लांट्स वरती जिब्रेला फ्युजिकोराय या फंगसचं इन्फेक्शन आहे त्या प्लांट्सची ग्रोथ ही जास्त झालेली दिसते दॅन दॅट ऑफ द नॉर्मल प्लांट्स. And the scientist Kurosawa who observed that is the growth which occurs that is due to the presence of the Gibberella fusicorae fungus. So here it is mainly isolated, that is by the scientist Kurosawa, and here due to the presence of the fungus Gibberella, the name is given as the gibberellin. The name is given as the gibberellin. Okay, so here the scientist who gives, that is here the growth, intensive growth or elongation of the stem of or the plants of the rice field, it is known as the Bacchanidiosis. It is known as Bacchanidiosis. In the Japanese, Baccano means foolish. So it is also known as the foolish seedling. That is the foolish. It is also known as the foolish seedlings. That is Bacchanidiosis. Okay, and it is due to the infection of the fungus, that is the Gibberella fusicorae. So it is observed, that is by the scientist Kurosawa in 1926. Scientist Kurosawa who observed in 1926 about the foolish seedling, that is the Bacchanidiosis in the rice plant, and due to infection of the Gibberella fusicorae, here the extensive growth of the plant takes place. Okay, so here the growth which is takes place, that is due to, it is the stem elongation. It is due to the stem elongation. Okay, so after the Kurosawa, the two scientists, that is also which are the Japanese scientists Yabuta and Sumiki. Scientist Yabuta and Sumiki. These two scientists in 1938. In 1938, that is the gibberellin, which is isolated from the Gibberella fusicorae, that is from the culture of the Gibberella fusicorae. That is this gibberellin fungus which grows in the nutrient medium. It is the nutrient medium. So the fungus which grows in the nutrient medium, that is Gibberella fusicorae, after the growth of this fungus in the nutrient medium, they isolate, that is scientists Yabuta and Sumiki isolate the gibberellin which is in the crystalline chemical form. So here this crystalline chemical it is named as the gibberellin by the scientist. It is named as the gibberellin. बघा म्हणजे काय केलं युबोता आणि सुमिकी यांनी काय केलं तर हे जे काही जिब्रेला फ्युजिकोराय फंगस जे आहे हे फंगस काय केलं त्यांनी तर इथे न्यूट्रिएंट आर्टिफिशियल न्यूट्रिएंट मिडियम घेतलं आणि त्याच्यावरती त्याची ग्रोथ घडवून आणली आणि त्याच्यावरती ग्रोथ घडवून आणल्यानंतर त्यांनी काय केलं ते त्याचा एक्स्ट्रॅक्ट काढला बरोबर आहे आणि त्याच्यामध्ये जे क्रिस्टलाइन केमिकल फॉर्म जो फॉर्मच्या स्वरूपामध्ये आपल्याला इथं काय मिळालं जिब्रेलिन मिळालं. Okay, so here this gibberellin it is in the chemical form, and it mainly in acidic nature. So it is known as also known as the gibberellic acid. It is also known as the gibberellic acid. So here this gibberellin, it mainly synthesized in the leaves or in the seeds, roots and the stem tips. म्हणजे साइट ऑफ सिंथेसिस जर बघितलं आपण की जनरली कुठे कुठे तयार होतं तर जिब्रेलिन हे लीव्समध्ये तयार होतं, सीड्समध्ये तयार होतं, रूट्स आणि शूट टिप्समध्ये सुद्धा हे तयार होतं. दॅट इज द साइट ऑफ द सिंथेसिस ऑफ द जिब्रेलिन. सो जिब्रेलिन इट synthesized, that is from the mevalonic acid. It mainly synthesized from the mevalonic acid. So the mevalonic acid, from which here the gibberellin, that is the gibberellic acid, is synthesized. So gibberellic acid, it is mainly of the 150 types. Gibberellic acid, it is of the 150 types. That is, they are the GA1, GA2, like this. They are 150 types of the gibberellic acid are there. So here the gibberellin, these are mainly present, that is in the form of the acid. So it is known as the gibberellic acid, that is GA. GA means the gibberellic acid, that is abbreviation form of the gibberellin, that is the gibberellic acid. It is acidic in nature, so it is known as the gibberellic acid. That is here, why it is the gibberellic acid, that is in which here there is the carboxylic group. So here, due to the presence of carboxylic group, that is the COOH group. Here there is the presence of the COOH carboxylic group. So it is the acidic in nature. So it is known as the gibberellic acid. So if we see the chemically, that is the gibberellin, it mainly made up of the gibbin ring. That is chemically, if we see, that is it mainly made up of the gibbin ring. Gibberellic acid, it is made up of the gibbin ring. So here the gibbin ring, that is, it is mainly the cyclic diterpene with 4 isoprene units. Gibbin ring, it is the made up of the carbon skeleton, that is the gibbin ring, and this gibbin ring, it is the cyclic diterpene cyclic diterpene with 4 isoprene units, with 4 isoprene units, with 4 isoprene units. That is here the gibberellin, if we see the chemically, that is the gibberellin, it is acidic in nature. Why? Because there is presence of the COOH group, that is the carboxylic group. So it is known as the gibberellic acid. So gibberellin, it mainly made up of the gibbin ring. It is made up of the gibbin ring, and here the gibbin ring is nothing but it is the cyclic diterpene with the 4 isoprene units. Okay. So it is the chemical nature of the gibberellin. It is the chemical nature of the gibberellin. So gibberellin, it mainly transport through the vascular tissue. म्हणजे जर प्लांट्समध्ये आपण जर बघितलं तर हे जिब्रेलिन जे आहे हे जिब्रेलिन कशा मार्फत ट्रान्सफर होतात, दॅट इज दे आर ट्रान्सपोर्ट थ्रू द वॅस्क्युलर टिश्यू. That is the vascular tissue. There are the xylem and the phloem. These are the vascular tissue. So through this vascular tissue they are transport. It is some introduction of the gibberellin. Once again say that is the gibberellin, it is the growth promoter. The movement of the gibberellin is the non-polar. So the first upon the gibberellin, it was isolated by the scientist Kurosawa, Japanese scientist Kurosawa in 1926, and he isolated that is from the Gibberella fusicori fungus. So he observed that is the Gibberella fusicori fungus which is infected on the rice plant. The growth of the rice plant shows tremendous than that of the normal height. Okay, so here then the gibberellin, it is isolated that is from the Yabuta and Sumiki. पण त्याच्या अगोदर किरोसावा सायंटिस्टने काय सांगितलं तर हे जे काही ट्रिमेंडस ग्रोथ झालेली आहे राईस प्लांटची, इट इज नोन ॲज द बकॅनो डिसीज, दॅट इज द फुलिश सीडलिंग. म्हणजे त्याची हाईट अचानकपणे वाढलेली आहे ड्यू टू द इन्फेक्शन ऑफ द जिब्रेला फ्युजिकोराय फंगस. आणि मग त्याच्यामध्ये जे हाईट वाढलेले जे प्लांट्स आहेत ते फुलिश सीडलिंग आहेत असं सांगण्यात आलेलं आहे. म्हणून त्या डिसीजला नाव दिलेलं आहे बकॅनो disease. It is known as the Buchaney disease. So here this Gibberella fusicori, that is, it is how the chemical nature of the gibberellin is, and it was studied by the scientists Yabuta and Sumiki. That is here the Gibberella fusicori which grows in the culture medium, that is the nutrient medium, and here when it is isolated, that is it is the gibberellin which is the acidic in nature. Okay, and the scientists Yabuta and Sumiki who observed that is here the gibberellin which is isolated, that is it is in the crystalline form, and they name as that is the gibberellin. But the gibberellin, it is mainly made up of from the mevalonic acid. कशापासून तयार होतं ते? It is synthesized from the mevalonic acid, and gibberellin, these are of the 150 types. किती types आहेत त्याचे? 150 types. That is for example GA1, GA2, GA3, GA4, like this they are of the 150 types of the gibberellin. So if we chemically see, that is the gibberellin is known as the gibberellic acid because here there is the carboxylic group, that is the COOH group, and the gibberellin, it is made up of the gibbin ring, that is the basic carbon skeleton form मध्ये हे gibbin ring नी बनलेलं असतं. That is the gibbin ring means it is the cyclic diterpene with 4 isoprene units. Okay, so it is about the introduction of the gibberellin. Next, that is about some physiological effects and applications of the gibberellin. Next thing, that is about the physiological effects and application. So first is it promotes the seed germination. So gibberellin, it mainly helpful for the seed germination. So in the gibberellin, the gibberellin, it mainly promotes the seed germination. Means what happens, that is here, suppose here is the seed, and if we apply the GA, that is gibberellin ची जर आपण सीडला ट्रीटमेंट दिली तर काय होऊ शकतं, that is here in this seed there is the starch, and this starch, it is in the form of the polymer. Starch which is in the form of the polymer in the seed, it converts into the monomer. It converts into the monomers due to the presence of enzyme amylase. Due to presence of enzyme amylase. So here this starch converts into the monomers due to the gibberellin, and gibberellin, it produces the enzyme amylase, and here the polymers which are converts into the monomers, and then again during the process of respiration, here a large amount of energy is released which is in the form of the ATP. Large amount of energy is released in the form of the ATP. That is here due to the application of the gibberellin, here it promotes the seed germination. So here during the seed germination, due to the presence of the enzyme amylase, here the monomers starch it converts into the monomers, and then again energy it is released during the process of respiration. So it is about, it promotes the germination, seed germination. Second, it promotes the stem elongation. जनरली जे प्लांट्स जे इंटरनोडल पोर्शन हा छोटा असतो एकदम, अशा प्लांट्समध्ये इंटरनोडची जी लेंथ आहे ती इन्क्रीज करण्याचं काम हे कोण करतं? जिब्रेलिन. सो सी दॅट इज हाऊ इट इलॉंगेट्स द, सपोज हियर इज द plant, that is the internodal portion, they are very short, it is in the internodal portion, but by applying the GA, जर याला आपण GA ची ट्रीटमेंट दिली जिब्रेलिनची, तर काय होऊ शकतं? there is an increase in the internodal portion, that is here like this. म्हणजे एवढी साइज जी आहे ती एवढी मोठी होऊ शकते. That is, there is the elongation of the internode, that is here the internodal length is increases due to the application of the gibberellin. So here the second physiological effect, that is the stem elongation. And the third is it promotes the bolting. So see, that is what is meant by the bolting. Here bolting means here in case of the radish or cabbage, that is here the internodal portion which is the very small, that is it is the compress. So it is the, this plant shows the rosette form, the plant shows the rosette form. Rosette form. So see what is meant by the rosette form, that is the internodal portion is compressed. So see, that is, here is the stem portion and here there are in the internodal portion, it is the compressed internodal portion. That is, it shows the rosette form. So see here in this internodal portion, it is compressed, very short internodal portion. By applying the GA, जर आपण याच्यावरती GA ची ट्रीटमेंट दिली तर काय होऊ शकतं? That is, internodal portion increases. So like this. So the short internodal portion is the increased. So length of the internode or the distance of the internode is increased. That is the promotes bolting. It is known as, it promotes the bolting. So it is the third physiological effect. The next physiological effect, it induces parthenocarpy. Fourth, induce parthenocarpy. Parthenocarpy means what? That is, we have seen, that is in the last hormone auxin, what is meant by parthenocarpy? That is the fruits which are produced without fertilization, that is fruits which are the seedless fruits, and these seedless fruits are produced due to the application of the gibberellic acid. Okay, so here in the gibberellin, due to the application of the gibberellin, here the fruits which are produced without seeds. So for example, in the banana or there are also grapes which are the seedless grapes. Okay, so these are mainly produced, that is by the application of the GA we can produce the seedless fruits, that is known as the parthenocarpy. Parthenocarpy means what? Fruits which are produced without fertilization. The next, that is, it converts genetically dwarf plant into the tall plant. Convert dwarf plant into tall. That is here, if we apply the gibberellin, we have seen that is it mainly promotes the stem elongation. आणि stem elongation होतं म्हणजेच काय होते तर प्लांटची हाईट वाढते. दॅट इज इट कन्वर्ट द डॉर्क प्लांट, जे डॉर्क म्हणजे छोटे हाईट कमी असणारे प्लांट जे आहेत त्याचं कन्वर्जन हे टॉल प्लांटमध्ये केलं जातं ड्यू टू द इन्क्रीज इन द इंटरनोडल पोर्शन. सो हियर द फॉर एक्झाम्पल इन केस ऑफ द मेज, दॅट इज it mainly increase the height of the plant, that is it convert the dark plant into the tall plant. And then next application, that is it overcome vernalization. It overcome vernalization. So what is mean by the vernalization? Vernalization means the low temperature treatment for early flowering. Vernalization means low temperature treatment. Low temperature treatment for early flowering. म्हणजे एखाद्या सीड्सना किंवा जर छोटे सीडलिंग असतील आणि त्याला जर आपण लो टेम्परेचर ट्रीटमेंट दिली तर काय होऊ शकतं तर त्या जेव्हा प्लांट तयार होईल मॅच्युअर होईल तेव्हा अर्ली फ्लावरिंग त्याला येईल, लवकरात लवकर फ्लावरिंग येईल. आणि इथं ओव्हरकम वर्नलायझेशन म्हणजे काय, जर आपण वर्नलायझेशन नाही केलं म्हणजे लो टेम्परेचर ट्रीटमेंट नाही दिली आणि आपण त्या सीड्सना जर GA ची ट्रीटमेंट दिली, जिब्रेलिनची ट्रीटमेंट दिली तर आपल्याला लवकरात लवकर फ्लावरिंग आलेलं दिसेल. दॅट इज इट ओव्हरकम द वर्नलायझेशन. So if we apply the GA, gibberellic acid, on the seeds, they never required vernalization treatment. Then next, that is inhibits the root growth. 7. Inhibits root growth. Inhibits root growth. एकत्रित बघूयात आपण आता. Delay senescence and prevents abscission. Delay senescence and next that is prevents abscission. It prevents abscission. आता सिनेसन्स म्हणजे काय, दॅट इज द एजिंग. डिले उशिरा म्हणजे जनरली इथं प्लांट्स जे आहेत त्याचे जे काही लीव्ज आहेत ते काय होतील उशिरा गळून पडतील. डिले सिनेसन्स, एजिंग उशिरा होईल त्याचं, बरोबर आहे, मॅच्युअर उशिरा होतील किंवा फ्लावर्स असतील तर ते डिले होईल, डिले सिनेसन्स. देन नेक्स्ट दॅट इज प्रिव्हेंट्स ॲब्सिशन. ॲब्सिशन दॅट इज द leaves and the flowers or the fruits which mainly falls before maturation. म्हणजे मॅच्युअर होण्या अगोदरच जर काही लीव्स किंवा फ्लावर्स जर गळून पडत असतील, इट इज ड्यू टू द फॉर्मेशन ऑफ ॲब्सिशन लेअर. हेही आपण लास्ट जो काही ऑक्झिन बघितलेला आहे त्याच्यामध्ये ॲब्सिशन हा कन्सेप्ट आपण पाहिलेला आहे की ज्याच्यामध्ये काय होतं तर इथं डिले ॲब्सिशन हे जनरली प्रिव्हेंट होतं. म्हणजेच पान जे इमॅच्युअर कंडिशनमध्ये लीव्ज असतील किंवा फ्रूट्स असतील किंवा फ्लावर्स असतील तर ते गळून पडू नयेत यासाठी आपण जिब्रेलिन ॲसिडची ट्रीटमेंट देऊ शकतो. ओके, सो इट प्रिव्हेंट्स द ॲब्सिशन. म्हणजे ॲब्सिशन लेअर कसा तयार होतो मला वाटते आपण लास्ट व्हिडिओमध्ये हे स्टडी केलेलं आहे. सपोज हिअर इज द लीफ, हिअर इज द पेटिओल, ॲट द बेस ऑफ द पेटिओल देर इज द फॉर्मेशन ऑफ ॲब्सिशन लेअर. आणि जर इथं ॲब्सिशन लेअर तयार झाला तर काय होऊ शकतं तर इथून फूड मटेरियल या लीफला जे सप्लाय होणार आहे ते होणार नाही आणि मग हे लीफ काय होतं गळून पडतं इमॅच्युअर कंडिशनमध्ये. ठीक आहे, मग जर आपण इथं जिब्रेलिनची ट्रीटमेंट दिली तर हा ॲब्सिशन लेअर तयार होणार नाही आणि हे लीफ इमॅच्युअर कंडिशनमध्ये गळून पडणार नाही. ओके, सो इट इज अबाउट द इट प्रिव्हेंट्स द ॲब्सिशन. देन नेक्स्ट दॅट इज इट कॉजेस द production of male flowers on the female plant. It causes the production of जनरली इथं काय होतं बघा, तर जे मेल फ्लावर्स म्हणजे फिमेल प्लांट्स वरती मेल फ्लावर्स हे तयार करण्यासाठी आपण जिब्रेलिक ॲसिडची ट्रीटमेंट देऊ शकतो. म्हणजे जनरली आपण बघितलं तर जिब्रेलिन काय करतात, तर जिब्रेलिन इट मेनली प्रमोट्स द फॉर्मेशन ऑफ द मेल फ्लावर्स. म्हणजे मेल फ्लावर्स तयार करण्यासाठी जिब्रेलिनची ट्रीटमेंट दिली तर मेल फ्लावर्स प्लांट्सवरती तयार होते. जर आपण ऑक्झिनची ट्रीटमेंट दिली, इफ वी गिव द ट्रीटमेंट ऑफ द ऑक्झिन देर मे बी द फॉर्मेशन ऑफ द फिमेल फ्लावर्स. तिथे काय होऊ शकतं, फिमेल फ्लावर्स तयार होऊ शकतात. इफ वी गिव द ट्रीटमेंट ऑफ द इथिलीन देर विल बी द फॉर्मेशन ऑफ द फिमेल फ्लावर्स. म्हणजे जर आपण जिब्रेलिनची ट्रीटमेंट दिली तर काय होऊ शकतं, मेल फ्लावर्स तयार होऊ शकतील. दॅट इज इफ देर इज द प्लांट विच इज ओनली हॅव्हिंग द फिमेल फ्लावर्स. जर एखादा प्लांट असं आहे, समजा हे प्लांट आहे की या प्लांटवरती इथं फक्त फिमेल फ्लावर्सच येत आहेत, देर आर ओनली द फिमेल फ्लावर्स. These are the female flowers. If we apply the GA, जर आपण GA ची ट्रीटमेंट दिली तर या प्लांट्स वरती आपल्याला मेल फ्लावर्स आलेले दिसतील. Okay, so here due to the application of the GA, on the female plant or the female flowers, here the male flower will be appear. Okay, so here it causes the production of male flowers on the female plant. Okay, so it is the eighth application of the gibberellic acid. Then next, that is it also helpful for the breaking of the seed dormancy and the bud dormancy. म्हणजे बर्ड डॉर्मन्सी कंडिशन मध्ये जर प्लांट्स सीड्स असतील दॅट इज विच आर अनेबल टू जर्मिनेट, तर याची डॉर्मन्सी ब्रेक करण्याचं काम सुद्धा कोण करतं, जिब्रेलिन. सो दीज आर सम फिजियोलॉजिकल इफेक्ट्स ऑफ द जिब्रेलिन. So next that is about the some biosynthesis of the gibberellic acid. Biosynthesis, that is how the gibberellic is produced. So gibberellic acid it mainly produced, that is from the acetyl CoA. From acetyl CoA there is the formation of mevalonic acid. There is the formation of mevalonic acid, and here from the mevalonic acid there is the formation of choline. Formation of choline, and here from the choline there is the formation of gibberellic acid. So here in the gibberellic acid it mainly synthesized from the acetyl CoA. Okay, so from the acetyl CoA first here mevalonic acid is produced, from mevalonic acid choline is produced, and from the choline here the gibberellin, that is the gibberellic acid is produced. That is the biosynthesis of the gibberellic acid. Okay student, so today we see that is about some physiological effects of the gibberellic acid, then biosynthesis of the gibberellic acid, and some introductory part, that is how the gibberellic acids are isolated, then how the chemical nature of the gibberellic acid is. Okay student, so today we stop here.